Hello, hello, I have a fun video for everybody today, and it is the 50 random facts about me. Things that you didn't know. Some of these things maybe I have talked about before in previous videos, but if you're newer to my channel, or if you haven't been watching as long, these might be new to you. So I have 50 of them. Some of them are fun, some of them are random, some of them are more serious, but I thought I would share it with all of you. So let's get started. Number one, I do not like blueberries. There's a long story behind this, but I don't like them. I know I'm crazy, I know I'm weird, I just don't like them. I like them in blueberry muffins or blueberry pancakes, but I can't just take like a handful of blueberries and eat them. Number two, I only wear powder fresh scented deodorant. I don't like deodorant that has scents like floral or anything. It just has to be powder fresh. Three, I took classical voice lessons for 3 years when I was in high school, so I sang opera and a lot of classical Italian songs and Latin songs and all that. Number four, I have been playing the piano since I was 4, and Miss Mosley was my first teacher in Saudi Arabia, and she changed my life because I have been in love with the piano ever since. 5, I am not a fan of scary amusement park rides. I do not like Tower of Terror type rides. I can go on roller coasters, but I am not a fan of like the thrill-seeking, like Knott's Berry Farm, Six Flags. That is not fun for me. I get motion sickness really easily. Not fun. Brad loves it, but me, no. Number 6 is I have studied 5 languages in my life. English, obviously, French, Arabic, Spanish, and Russian. Number 7 is I speed skated. So the 2002 Winter Olympics were here in Salt Lake City when I was 18 years old. And after the Olympics left, I went over to the speed skating oval and said, I want to learn how to speed skate. So my sister and I were training for 6 days a week and we speed skated. It was awesome. I still have my skin suit and my speed skates and all of that. Number 8 is I went 5 years without a drop of soda or carbonation. That's crazy, right? From when I was 13 until I was 18. I didn't have root beer, I didn't have Sprite. I just thought it was really, really bad for you, and I didn't drink it. Number 9, I was baptized in the Red Sea. I was living in Saudi Arabia and my dad baptized me in the Red Sea, so kind of random, but kind of cool. Number 10 is I am a complete daddy's girl through and through. 11, I wanted to be a WNBA player. There was the Utah Stars that used to play here in Utah, and that was my goal. I wanted to be a professional basketball player, and I played all the way up until my freshman year of high school. Number 12 is I am not a fan of passive aggressiveness. If you're gonna say something, if you're gonna feel something, just say it. None of this passive aggressiveness stuff. I don't like it. Number 13 is I was offered a few different theater scholarships my senior year of high school, and I turned them all down so that I could pursue broadcasting, which I'm really happy I did because then I got into YouTube. So I'm really loving my decision. 14 is I do not know how to sew, and I don't like sewing. I just don't. No offense to people who do. I have a million friends who are incredible. I just don't have patience at all, and it just kind of bores me, so I'm not a sewer. 15 is I started walking when I was 8 months old, and I find it funny because both my boys started walking when they were 10 months old, so we're kind of just impatient people in this family. We have to get moving. 16 is I love to travel, and when I was younger and single, I would travel a lot, but obviously we have kids now and more important things to pay for, so hopefully eventually things can calm down and we can start traveling a lot more in the future because I love seeing different cultures and eating different foods and all of that. It's just something I'm so passionate about. Number 17 is super random, but I learned to play the flute back in middle school and I loved it a lot, but I cared so much about what people thought about me and I thought that it was kind of nerdy. You know, it's like band, people always make fun of it, that I quit playing it. So I still remember how to play, but I only played it for a couple of years because I was scared that I just would be looked upon as nerdy. So dumb, I know. Number 18 is I was homecoming queen my senior year of high school. Kind of random. 19, I hated seafood as a child. I would not touch it. And we'd go to Thailand and have all this fresh fish and fresh shrimp and lobster, and I just want to eat it because I just liked it so much. And now I just love seafood. 20, Brad taught me how to play the guitar when we first were married, so now I know, thanks to him, how to play the guitar. Thanks, Brad. 21 is I remember things a little too well. I kind of creepily remember everything. I remember things people say, the way things smell, dates, addresses. I remember things too much. And sometimes I try to act like I don't because I don't want to seem creepy, but I really remember everything. Kind of creepy, I know. 22. I rarely wear high heels. I just don't find them comfortable, and I have wide feet. So most high heels just aren't comfortable for me anyway, but I rarely wear them. Number 23 is I am obsessed with smelling good. If you know me personally, you know I'm all about my perfume, my body lotion. I always have to smell yummy. If not, I'm not feeling confident in myself. Number 24 is one of my biggest fears is being alone. And I don't mean just like for a couple hours or anything. I mean like everybody I know is gone and I'm just by myself isolated for a long time. I could never do that. Like Castaway, that would just be the end of me. I just love people too much and I love socializing too much and talking. I would just suffer greatly if I were alone for a really long time. 25 is I love music and movies. I love watching the latest movies. Brad and I love music. Those are just two things that I'm really passionate about. So I just love movies and that. 26 is kind of what I said earlier. I'm just really good at remembering dates and times. So if I hear a song on the radio, I can be like, oh, that was from 2002. Oh, that was from 1993 when I was in 7th grade and this and that. Like my family, I think it's just because my dad, that's how he always was. And so my siblings and I always joke about we're the same way. We hear something or we hear, oh, that was this year, that was this date. We're really big on history, so we love dates and times. 27 is I am not a good test taker. I do not like those fill in the bubble tests, like multiple choice. I can write essays. I am not a good test taker. Just growing up my whole life, I was never the best test taker, ever. I could write my way out of things, but that kind of stuff, no, not the best. Number 28 is when I got home from Ukraine from my mission in 2008, I wanted to get my master's in linguistics and I wanted to move to Washington, D.C. and work with a linguistic. I had a job that I was really interested in and I wanted to do translating stuff in Russian and Thai and move to DC and do all that. But then Brad came back and we got married, so that kind of changed. 29 is I am so proud of my Thai heritage. I am so proud to be Thai. When I was younger, I kind of had this weird complex because nobody really had the same kind of background as me growing up here in Utah. And so people were kind of like weird about it, like, where are you from? Where's your mom from? And I was kind of shy or whatever about it. But now I am so dang proud to be Kon Thai. I love it. I love the culture. I love the people. I love the food. I'm so thankful for my mom for instilling that in me because I love it. Number 30 is I grew up in a bilingual home. Like I said, my mom is from Thailand and she spoke to us in Thai all the time growing up. And my dad actually is American, but he knows Thai because he was a missionary in Thailand, just like I was a missionary in Ukraine. So he spoke Thai as well. And so we spoke Thai growing up and it comes in handy all the time when we were, it came in handy all the time when we were out in public and my parents wanted to discipline me or whatever. We could say what we wanted to say in Thai because we all knew Thai. So I'm so thankful for that I grew up in a bilingual home. One of my favorite things in the world is meeting people from different walks of life. It just fascinates me. When I meet people for the first time, I just want to know everything about them. I just find people so interesting. No matter how similar they are to me or how different they are to me, they fascinate me. I love seeing what makes people tick. I love seeing what people are passionate about, and I love hearing about people's feelings and emotions. It's just so fascinating to me. 32 is I would live in the smallest house in the world, tiny house, if I could just travel all the time. I'd rather have a small house and travel all the time than a huge mansion and never go anywhere. 33 is kind of crazy, but my feet have grown 2 sizes, well, 2 half sizes since I've had my boys. So I was always like an 8 before I had Will, and then once I had Will, it's like 8, 8.5, and now I have to wear size 9. I can't even get anything smaller than a size 9. Isn't that crazy? This next one is super random but kind of gross. I used to have warts on my hands growing up. So there was one right here, one right here on the middle finger, and then one right here, and I was so self-conscious of them, like, how am I ever gonna hold a boy's hand? And I got them frozen off when I was in 7th grade, and then I've been confident ever since. Super random. Okay, the next thing is I had braces for 11 months and I was very excited to have them. I didn't need them, but I wanted them. I was 15 and I went into high school and I had braces for the first year of high school, so that wasn't fun, but I'm very grateful I did it. The next one is I am a very sensitive person. And this can be a good thing and this can be a bad thing, of course, but I'm very sensitive emotion-wise. Like if I see someone in pain, it really, really hurts me. And I spend so much of my time and energy worrying about other people's feelings and other people's emotions because I just care too much sometimes, and that can drain me and it gives me anxiety. And you know, I think it's good because it makes me a compassionate person, but then sometimes it just drains me because I'm so focused on like trying to take care of everyone all the time and fix everything for everyone because I'm just so sensitive to how they're feeling. So yeah, that's just how it is. 37 is kind of random. When I moved back to the United States from living in Saudi Arabia, I had a weird accent. It was kind of like a British accent because I didn't grow up with Americans. I grew up with international students, and most of the teachers had, you know, British accents and all that. So I kind of had a weird accent. 38 is kind of sad, but middle school was probably one of the hardest times in my entire life, and I was so insecure. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who I wanted to be. I knew I didn't fit in. It was a rough time for me, people. I played basically every sport you could imagine growing up. I played basketball, soccer, softball. I played them all, and I thought running was the absolute worst sport in the world. I thought it was so boring. I didn't like it. And now it's just hilarious because I love running so much. You guys know that. Number 40 is definitely how I feel. I truly believe that everybody is a potential BFF. And so when I meet people, I think people are kind of surprised because I just feel like a connection. Like I just want people to feel comfortable around me, and I just want to know about them. I want them to be open with me. I'm open with them. I'm just a very open person, and I'm like that with everyone. That's just how I've always been. I don't have anything to hide. The next one is something you already know about me. I'm a very religious person, and I've always grown up that way. My parents taught me to be that way, but I have found that to be true for myself. Like I feel like I'm religious because I want to be, not because somebody forced me to be, but it just makes me super happy. 42 is I really believe in karma. I believe that what goes around comes around. I believe that if you project negative energy, it's gonna come right back around to you. I believe if you're positive and if you're good, then that will also come back to you. You know what I mean? I just believe that if you're good things will happen, and sometimes bad things will happen, but it will always end up good. Do you know what I mean? I just believe that what goes around comes around. 43 is being a mom is honestly my dream job. There's nothing else I would rather be doing than what I'm doing right now as a mom. This is just such a blessing to do, and I know it's hard sometimes, but I wouldn't do it any other way. I wouldn't have any other job. This is it. I love it. I honestly believe that trials are blessings in disguise. I believe that any trial that we go through, there's a reason for it, and it's meant to teach us, and it's meant to mold us, and it's meant to shape us into a better person and to make us more empathetic towards other people and to just be more kind to others. And that's why we have trials, to make us just stronger, better people, and they're always blessings in disguise. Number 45 is I am obsessed with ice cream. One of my first jobs was at Cold Stone, and it was my dream job. I just love ice cream. I love how there's so many different flavors. I just love ice cream, you guys. I could eat it all day, every day. I just love ice cream. I don't know if you all know who Nate Berkus is, but he used to have a television show, and it was the worst day of my life and it got canceled, but I was in love with that show. And I feel like everything I have learned about interior design stemmed from him. Like, I love his aesthetic and I love his style, and I feel like I learned so much from watching his show. I just love him. So thank you, Nate. Thank you. This one's kind of crazy, but it's true. Every time before I have a child, even sometimes before I'm actually pregnant, I have a dream about them. And they look like they do when they're actually born. So I had a dream about Will before he was born, and I saw what he looked like when he was like 6 months old. And then before Max, I had a dream that there was a boy, and I saw him, you know. And with Molly, same thing. It's weird. I just have these crazy dreams, and it's always right before I have my child. So it's pretty cool at the same time, because then I always know what gender the baby is ahead of time. One of my favorite things in the world is buying presents for people, but not just presents. I love like doing like really thoughtful, like, I don't know, I just love present giving or gift giving. It's just one of my favorite things to do because gifts are just so much fun. I love surprising people when they're not expecting it. It's just such a boost, you know, and I just love serving people and doing things, so I'm all about gifts. 49 is I have not colored my hair, not even touched my hair with color since 2006. Is that crazy? So we're coming up on 10 years here. I didn't do it because I was going on a mission to Ukraine. I didn't want to keep it up. But then I also just thought it was expensive. And then I just was like, you know what? I like my hair color. Why am I gonna change it? So this is my natural hair color, everybody. Last but not least, number 50, thank you for staying with me this entire time. It's gonna be a long video. I have wanted to quit YouTube so many different times. Well, at the beginning, I wanted to quit it so many different times, but I haven't because it has slowly grown into a job for me. And you guys just keep me going all the time. And I am so grateful that I didn't give up when the times got hard, because there are some crazy things that happen on YouTube, and there's some really bad people out there that aren't very nice and have nothing better to do than to criticize other people for no reason at all. But the good outweighs the bad, and it's just, this is my passion. I love this so much. I love connecting with you. I love hearing from you. I love talking to you. I just love this. This is also a dream job. Besides being a mom, I get to be a mom, and I get to be on YouTube, and I get to interact with all of you. So those are my 50 random facts. Thumbs up if you like this video. Comment down below, and I actually notice who comments on my videos. So I feel like I'm starting to get to know some of you. So comment down below and let me know a random fact about you, and it'll just be kind of fun. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you later. Bye.